Hi everybody, I just wanted to make a quick video after our call last night on the Deeper Path. Somebody had mentioned about, do we have to do our dream speech before we were done? And I just wanted to talk a little bit about what happened to me last week before I did our dream speech. Real quick, the reason I talked with Carrie and the reason I joined the Deeper Path is because I feel like my mind is always just going in 101 directions, and I didn't know where I should go and how I should start doing this. So I joined the Deeper Path because I know I could do anything and everything. I just don't know where to start. So last week when we were told to do this dream speech, I thought, oh geez, where am I going to start? And I had posted in our forum about crying last week and how things were bothering me, and I just was overwhelmed, and I was trying to do these questions and how trying to do our dream speech, and I just cried at everything. And even at church last Sunday we did things, on our bulletin it talked about, we sung the hymn, "Are You Washed in the Blood?" and I cried for that. And then we did "As the Deer," and if you know that song, "You Alone Are My Heart's Desire, and I Long to Worship You." And then we did "Change My Heart, Oh God," and I'm bawling through that. And our service talked about he did "Cleansed and Redeemed for the Supreme" was basically what Reverend Dake had talked about that week. And I couldn't help it. I just cried and cried and cried, and I just felt horrible last week. And I'd posted on Sunday that I didn't think I'd be able to write my speech that day, but I was going to get to it, and yada yada yada. So on Monday, my son and I were out driving around, and he wants to do some speaking and things such as that. And I had said to him, I said, so Kevin, do you think that maybe you would want to coach some small business owners into how to grow, and maybe going back to why they started their businesses anyway, because so many small business owners, they start their businesses, and within a very short period of time they close their doors. And he's a business major, and he's a very cool kid, and I'm trying to find my way. I'm not sure what I wanted to do. And he said, well, that would be cool. Our franchise corporate offices, we're going to go there in February, and that's what our speech is about, is change, and how we grew over the last year. We grew significantly, and what we did to change to make that happen. And so we talked about that morning, and that was Monday. And so Monday, I just said, you know what, I'm going to write my I Have a Dream speech and just do it. And if you watched my I Have a Dream speech, it was short. I could have done it a lot longer, but I kind of just touched on a few things, and I'm very sporadic. I kind of touched on one thing, and I went to something else, and I went to something different, and that's where I'm at with all of this. I don't know where I want to be and what I want to do, and it was here, there, and everywhere. And that's kind of how I was. But what I found out was I'd been taking the dogs for a walk, and when I walk, I think. And when I'm thinking, my mind's all over the place. I walked that Monday night after I posted my dream speech, and the dog was in the ditch taking a swim in the ditch, and a car stopped along the way and said, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And it was a husband and wife, and they said to me that they were my neighbors, and I hadn't met them yet, and yada yada yada. They were dog people. They had a dog. They had blah blah blah. Lots in common. Needless to say, she's a nurse. She works at a nursing home, so we had that in common. Long-term care fit in common. She has a daughter. Something else fit in common. Wants to be a small business owner, wants my assistance in getting that started, so he wanted to talk to me coaching-wise, that, speaking, blah, blah, blah. Long story short, that happened Monday afternoon. It kind of showed me that even though I thought that everything that I talked about in my I Have a Dream speech seemed like it was all over the place, there's a common denominator somewhere there. The clarity is that at some point along this path, I'm going to find that. Even though in my mind right now I feel like I'm all over the place, there's going to be something by the time I'm done with this path with Carrie and you guys that I'm going to find that common denominator. And just like you guys who maybe haven't done that dream speech yet, maybe we haven't found that common denominator, just put it out there. We'll all figure it out together. And that's the really cool part about what we do. There's no reason to put it off, because I don't think we're going to get the whole feel of what we've gotten into this for if we don't do our speech right now, or if we don't put forth all the effort, because we're right where we're supposed to be right now. And together we'll make this happen. And clarity's happening. I haven't cried since Sunday. Yay! So, you guys have a great week, and let's work hard, and we'll make it happen. Thanks.